sorry, that's for a Democrat show.
Let me know when you're ready.
No matter what the technical difficulty is, this man is a professional. He goes all the way.
What you represent to them is freedom.
Was an extremely great conservative commentator. We're tearing it up on Wednesday night. This is awesome. This
will allow me to retort.
Well, this is Jersey Joe for the Reaver of Common Sense show. 8 p.m. on shrmedia.com.
Actually, I just totally screwed up. This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm trying to make sense out of the senseless. The Jersey Takeover's here. We have expanded to 2 hours every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you want to support the show and you want to support SHR Media, or if you just want a kick-ass t-shirt or a life-saving survival bracelet, go to reaver.one/shop. That's REAVER.ONE/SHOP. How was everybody this great weekend? For those of you that didn't know, last night was another presidential debate. And we're going to get to that in a little bit. We've got a lot to go over, a lot of information to go over, a lot of fact-checking on Hillary's end. Tweeted out several times last night, that woman would lie even if the truth would set her free. But, for those that have listened to my show, I don't know how many of you have gotten that IRS scam call. You know, it's, we're going to be sending police to your door if you don't pay this within 20 minutes. It's a big scam. Well, these people I have fun with because I immediately, start messing with them. I'll call them back. I'll harass them. I got them so bad on several occasions that they had to shut the line down. And I tell them, one of the guys, I told him, I said, I'm going to keep you on this phone so that you can't scam anybody else, at least while you're on the phone with me. And I think it was like an hour and a half later, after reminding him what I was doing, they were so stupid they stayed on the phone. But why I'm bringing it up, because in New Delhi, they have arrested 70 people, are in questioning hundreds more after uncovering a massive scam to cheat thousands of Americans out of millions of dollars by posing as U.S. tax authorities and demanding unpaid taxes. According to police in Mumbai, the year-long scam involved running fake call centers which sent voicemail messages telling U.S. nationals to call back because they owed back taxes. Those who called back and believed the threats would fork out thousands of dollars to settle their case. The scam brought in more than $150,000 a day. If the scam netted that amount daily, it would have made $55 million in 1 year's time. Some people had asked me why I would go back at them and waste my time. I know it's a scam, and if I can keep them on the line like I did for hours on time, maybe it's not an hour and a half like I did to one guy, but I'm calling back and I'm locking them up. They can't scam another person. There's people, especially older people, who just, they hear IRS, and they're raised that IRS is God. You don't question. You shut up. You do what IRS wants. So they hear IRS, and they immediately want to pay up because you don't cross the IRS. So it's... If I kept them on the line, that's one less person that they could scam. There's some people that just, they're so law-abiding, they'll do whatever's needed. These guys are dumber than dog shit. I mean, the one guy threatened that he had satellite. He was watching my house. So, I would mess with him, have fun. They were telling me that SWAT team was on the way to my house, so I told them I was outside waiting, and pins and needles. When are they getting here? They threatened to kill me. I put them on the show one time. I called up, they answered live on air, and I was so stupefied that they actually would do that I called it out real quick because I started laughing at them. Now, if you've been affected by this scam, don't be embarrassed. But what I need you to do is to contact Department of Treasury. And you can also call, the number will be 800-366-4484. That is 1-800-366-4484. Or Google IRS impersonation scam reporting. You'll be taken to a Treasury page for the United States government. Fill out the form and submit it. All it does is ask you some basic questions of what happened, when, do you remember anybody's name, all that. So, glad to see finally they got what was coming to them. The IRS had received more than 900,000 complaints. I called, just to make sure, the first time I got it, I called local police department. I was told just to ignore it. That was the big suggestion in my local police department. There's someone trying to scam me out of money, breaking the law, just to ignore it. There's also U.S. companies that are involved in this, U.S. personnel, because they're the ones that get the information and sell the personal information off to these companies. So they're being investigated. It's pretty large, and 70% of the proceeds were retained by suspects in India, while the rest was paid to collaborators in the United States. So, hopefully, I won't hold my breath, but hopefully some of these idiots get arrested over here. WikiLeaks. We're going to talk about that real quick. Yeah, one of the documents shows Hillary's press secretary, Brian Fallon, explained that Clinton would support closing the gun show loophole by executive order. I'm getting tired, and I don't give a rat's ass what party you're with. I'm getting tired of presidents circumventing Congress with executive orders. It's Washington Post, real quick. Trump shows he knows he's now a candidate alone without full support of the party. You have a handful of never-Trumpers, a handful of idiots that are not supporting him. Does not make a party. They are trying to blow this up to make it seem bigger than it is. They are that desperate. I'm serious, folks. They are that desperate. They tried to make locker room talk, is what they're calling it, an issue. Well, it really isn't an issue. Because if that disqualifies you for being president, there's not a goddamn firefighter I know that would ever make it. There's not a goddamn ER nurse, male or female, especially a female ER nurse. Just holy shit, they've made me blush. And if you listen to my show, you know what? I'm no innocent little person. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing the way some people talk. You know what? Take the stick out of your ass. Lighten up. I've heard women saying, and it wasn't hyperbole. It wasn't just two guys talking. I've had women walk up to me in the bar, say they're going to grab me by the cock and drag me outside and F me. So don't give me this bullshit, it's only men, because I heard that last night from a couple of these fucking liberals. And yes, I'm getting tired of their shit. No, I'm not butthurt. It's getting old. It's getting tiresome. And the American people are waking up to it, and they're sick and tired of these panty waists destroying our country. Grow up. Two adults were talking in private, joking around. I'm so sick of it. And for these so-called Republicans that are now supposedly not endorsing Trump, I bet you if we start poking around into your personal life, we're going to find just as bad, if not worse. God, I'm tired of it. I don't give a shit. They put Bill Clinton up on a pedestal, the Democrats do. They put up a sexual predator up on a goddamn pedestal. I listened earlier how these supposed expert pundits were talking and how Hillary is a victim. No, she is not a victim. She's still with the man. She has helped cover up, intimidate witnesses, intimidate actual victims of the crimes. She is complicit in his sexual predator nature. So, no, she is not a victim. So, Trump is not alone. And you know what? Never counted on likes of Paul Ryan. And he learned real quick this weekend what the hell happened. He had trouble doing his little rally that they had Trump back away from. I got to listen all weekend. Oh, Mike Pence is going to drop out. And this. No, he isn't. He's not going to drop out because that would ruin his career. The only reason this is a goddamn issue, they don't have anything else on Trump. They might have a couple of these videos, but they don't have anything big to go at him. And they had to create a distraction because the WikiLeaks email. Have you heard about that? There's a lot of emails that were released, people. I'm going to try to get to it the best I can this weekend. But it's kind of hard with everything that's going on. Because the major news, even Fox, they're not even covering it. They're ignoring it. You have emails, and these are just the start of it, people. You have emails that Hillary Clinton, as a president, will just do away with our Second Amendment rights with executive orders. Real quick, because they're showing highlights right now on the TV. And they're complaining, well, Trump walked towards Hillary Clinton. He was walking towards her. He was walking around. Yeah, you know what? And they're talking about how he's a sexist, how he was trying to bully her. She did the same thing to him. Get over it. If she can't handle that little bit of a man walking towards her, if that's going to intimidate her, then she doesn't deserve to be president. If she's that delicate and dainty, get off the main stage. Women want equal rights. Well, you got to take the same shit that the men do. Oh, it's so. And you know what? About goddamn time with the debate. And I'm going to talk about it more later. About goddamn time someone called the Clinton outs on their bullshit on national TV. Someone finally called out Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton on their sexual predator lifestyle. So sick of it. And please, don't start tweeting me, because there's one idiot that, So there's some jackass. You know how I love talking about Twitter. Well, this idiot comes at me, which fine. He has a right to try to dispute my information. Well, he comes at me, this whole locker room talk bullshit. And I've seen this guy around for the last month or two. Why I noticed him? Because, in one more week, a judge is going to rule on Trump's raping a 13-year-old girl. That's his big claim to fame. He sits there and talks about how a judge in one more week, and I'm serious, he's been going at it probably longer because my memory's a little foggy on this, but it's been a while now this guy's been rambling on. One more week. Well, I called him out on his bullshit, and he's trying to tell me I'm all butthurt, and I'm laughing. And what was even better, why I bring it up, is because the jackass tells me, well, even when you block me, all your tweets are going to be right here. I told him, I'm not going to block you. I'm going to keep going at you. I ain't going to back down for you. You're a little snowflake. Well, guess what? He blocked me. After all that bravado, he showed his true colors and blocked me like a little pussy he is. Oh, and even better, usually, I've told everybody I like to play MMOs. You know, EverQuest, World of Warcraft. Well, I was playing World of Warcraft this weekend. And later on I found out it was a female, and it doesn't really matter male or female. There's one player that'll do trivia and give out free gifts. So, hey, you know what? Nice person. Well, they got in a predicament and they needed help. And no one jumped up to help. In fact, a couple laughed at the situation. Well, then she throws a hissy fit about it. And now this is a game of cooperation and teamwork and yada, yada, yada. And people were fucking with her over it. Next thing you know, she starts going off about the state of the country and cops are murdering people. Well, that was about it for me, and I chimed in. And it's funny, we're going back and forth. And, of course, I'm a racist. I'm a racist because I believe in stats. And I need to stop going to Fox. But when I went at her, said she needs to stop listening to MSNBC. I don't listen to MSNBC. Guess what, honey? Neither do I. I don't believe a single thing that's said. Well, don't assume. You assumed, so I figured I'd pay it back to you. Oh, we were going back and forth. And then someone chimed in with and said, well, the N-word, didn't call it out to anybody, said the N-word and gave the original definition, which it doesn't go by color. It is a ignorant person. Someone that is just stupid. That is the original definition. The original. She went apeshit and called bullshit and need to research. And I came out again and said, I hate to tell you. That's the original meaning of the word. Whether you like it or not, that's the original meaning. That is not the meaning that we go by today. Today, the definition is off of a slang term. But what he stated is the actual definition. I got called a racist again for pointing out facts. I love that. Now, so later on, a couple hours later, she starts begging for help again. She needs help with something. So, me being a smartass, I offer to help her. And she tells me she doesn't trust me. So I said, you know what? Screw you. I try to be nice. So, go screw off. And then I actually had something in game pop up that I had been waiting for about an hour to do. It popped up, so I was like, yep, I'll go do what I need to do. But, if she would have said, yeah, I could use the help, I would have ignored it and helped her instead. That's how dumb these people are. And they go by emotion. And the only thing that got me, and it doesn't bother me, but to call me a racist just because I didn't fall in line with her views, because she's a white girl who's all Black Lives Matter are peaceful. They're not rioting. They're not doing none of that. It's the paid protesters that are doing that. Well, the leader of BLM is Delray, who is living in George Soros, one of his paid-for houses. She's picking and choosing her facts, which is, it just amazes me how they do that. And the thing is, when I go on my games to escape. I don't want to hear this shit. But I'm also not going to sit back, because that's not me. I'm not going to sit back just because some idiot's spouting. Well, I'm going to call bullshit. And I heard, well, she is a good person. Well, I don't give a shit. I am a white girl and I felt more comfortable about black people. We were out protesting. I got beat up by a bunch of white guys. Yeah, and I got beat up every single day of high school. What was it, my sophomore year, by 3 black guys. Every single day I got beat up. Why? Because they thought it was funny and they knew I wouldn't fight back then. I was short and I was fat. Came back the next year, tall and lean, and they never fucked with me again. So, you know what? Don't give me it. Everybody has their stories. Everybody's had incidents. Do I consider all black people bad? No. It was a bunch of high school kids that were fucking around, and because they preyed on somebody that was weak at the time. Life goes on. That doesn't mean everybody's like that. So, it's get over yourselves. Go on with life. She's just much a bigot as anybody else. I'm getting so tired of this thinking that they're better than everybody else, and I'm the only one with facts. Well, you're picking and choosing your information. That's called cherry picking, honey. How did I go that whole route? But that was my weekend. Well, a little bit more than that. My daughter had Friday off because of the hurricane. I know we're on the West Coast. It went up the East Coast, but there was a lot of, in my area, there was a lot of little pockets of electricity that was taken out. I'd rather them play safe than sorry. Because they were talking, we were going to be getting high winds just as everybody was heading to school. It's not worth putting someone's life at risk just so they can go to school that can be made up another day. God, it's that time already. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media, High Plains Pundit Radio, ICRN Network, Ren Nation Rising Radio, YouTube, Spreaker, and iTunes. We will be right back.
Listening to the SHR Media Network. Now at Brownells, we know you may have only one shot to harvest that trophy, so we have thousands of accessories and replacement parts to improve your chances. We know how much you love to shoot, so our gunsmiths articles and videos will help you do more and get more out of your guns. And we also value your hard work and money. That's why only Brownells backs up everything we sell with a 100% unconditional lifetime guarantee. Brownells, the world's largest supplier of firearm accessories and gunsmithing tools.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
Listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplainsdailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean.
Dude, I'm not saying calf for the stupid pro.
Sackhead Clint.
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
Also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mutt Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the reaverofcommonsense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date on everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm making sense out of the senseless. The Jersey Takeover is here. We have expanded to 2 hours every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you want to support the show or you want to support SHR Media, go to reaver.1/shop. So, one of the things last night, it's a stupid thing. It has nothing really to do with the debate. But a fly landed on Hillary's face. The funny part is she didn't flinch, nothing. The fly landed and left. And nothing. Whether she didn't feel it, see it, I don't know. Something lands on my face, I'm swatting at it. But we're going to be doing breaking news right here on Jersey Joe, Reaver of Common Sense. I heard through the grapevine from a friend of a friend of a friend's uncles, brothers, cousins, ex-roommates, sisters, dogs, groomers, brother, that Hillary Clinton is going to try to blame the fly on Russia and Trump, that they're trying to interfere with the debates. They've been training flies for the past 10 years just for this one event. Putin and Trump were colluding together for the past 10 years, training flies to land on her face to interrupt her during the debate. Now, I don't know if that's really what happened, but that's just what I heard. And if that's how desperate it is getting. Russia. I stood toe-to-toe with Russia. You handed them a fucking reset button. They laughed at you. They weren't laughing with you. They were laughing at you. Going, look what this dumb American gave us. A stupid red button. Same button we have to launch nukes at them. And what's even better, as she's talking about taking the high road, that Michelle told me when they go low, we go high. One of her campaign spokesmen, one of them, was telling Donald Trump to fuck off. Hillary Clinton's campaign has gone the high road. Yeah, and I'm the friggin' Pope. They have been the ones that have been... Everybody's starting to get used to it and understand. Donald Trump is a counterpuncher. He doesn't attack. He counterpunches. So you go at him, he's going to come back at you. Hillary's campaign has been attacking him. They've been going low. She keeps saying, we go high, they go low. No, they are the ones that have been bathing in the mud. Just because you say it, Hillary, doesn't make it true. And last night, he's the liar. He lied. It sounded desperate every time. He lied. Go to HillaryClinton.com. She sounds like a cheesy 3 o'clock in the morning salesman. He lied. What do you think you did, woman? You lied last debate. And just to prove one of them from the last debate, I did not call the TPP the gold standard. You didn't? You didn't call TPP the gold standard. Oh. Shit, where'd it go? I got to clean this computer up one day. I got to clean this computer up one day. Because I played it. I played it the day after. Hillary Clinton called it the gold standard. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Let's see if I can find it. All right. Hold on one second.
To say that our economies are entwined And we need to keep upping our game, both bilaterally and with partners across the region through agreements like the Trans-Pacific Partnership, or TPP. Australia is a critical partner. This TPP sets the gold standard in trade agreements. TPP sets the gold standard. TPP sets the gold standard. TPP sets the gold standard in trade agreements.
Ruh-roh, Raggy. She lied. She lied. And that's just one. That's just one. Now let's get on to last night's debate. Well, let me see if there's any more of the WikiLeaks stuff that I have up for today. All right, now we're going to get to it. I mean, this woman said it time and time again. She would lie even if the truth would set her free. She would. She would outright lie. Oh, and of course, right now, the Democrats are sticking up for the moderators. The moderators did not go at Hillary Clinton. They allowed her to go overtime multiple times. And you know what? I kind of don't have a problem with them trying to attack Trump because it's backfiring in their face. Why? Because it's giving him more airtime. He's not sitting back like that little pussy Romney did and taking it like a little bitch. Trump's going back at him and using that going, okay, you want to give me more airtime? That's fine. And he'll talk to issues. So they're actually working against Hillary. Go ahead. Keep going back at him. Allow more airtime for him to talk. Allow him to convince more Americans why his plan is better than Hillary's. I don't understand it. You want to do that? Go right ahead. So let's get into fact checking. Oh, God. Alan Combs is spewing his crap right now. Donald Trump last night said that the trade deficit for goods is nearly $800 million. The actual trade deficit in goods for 2015 was $763 billion. So, $800 million. It's a round all. The overall trade deficit, including both goods and services, was lower than $500 billion. Trump has generally focused more on the deficit in goods and the difficulty it represents for American manufacturing sector. Let's see. Donald Trump says the nuclear deal hands $150 billion over to Iran. During the opening statements on Sunday night's presidential debate, Republican nominee Donald Trump described the Iran deal as a one-sided transaction that would result in $150 billion returning to the coffers of the Islamic Republic of Iran. And that's what it did. And then, to top it off, Hillary talks how she's so proud that she had her hands in that. Iran fired missiles at our Navy last night. Right around probably I don't know exact times. After the debate, about 2 o'clock in the morning, it was reported that Iran-backed forces fired missiles at American Navy ships. Thank you, Hillary. You want to brag about Iran and that being one of your quote-unquote accomplishments? Well, it's not looking too good. Oh, God, Combs is really going desperate. Actually, one of the Democrats is jumping on saying that Hillary is an enabler. And Combs is now trying to make that locker room conversation equal to actual sexual assault. And saying that Melania's an enabler. Well, are they even married? Were they even married at that time? There's a difference between bullshitting in a private setting, bragging, and when a lot of guys, they talk a lot of shit. Women talk a lot of shit in private. But they don't actually go out and do it like Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton actually went out there. He got thrown out of a university. There was an agreement from him raping a woman that he would leave. He has a long history of sexual assault. Trump was not taking a cigar and putting it places on a female that should not ever go, and then smoking said cigar. Bill Clinton did. Hillary enabled it. Hillary continues to protect him to this day. So don't sit there and try to compare the two. You're reaching. You're desperate. Where's that? There is a poll that was done by ABC, I believe it was. And over this whole locker room comment, this whole bullshit Billy Bush conversation Trump had. And it was, should Trump drop out? 43% said yes, he should. 57% said no, he shouldn't. And if you take a look at that, if you're not supporting Trump, you would want him to drop out. If you're supporting Trump, you want him to stay in. And nobody's looking at that part of the equation. They don't realize that they're letting out the true numbers of who's supporting Trump. And that's a pretty big number. An overwhelming majority of the country does not give a shit. It's a distraction. They see it as a distraction. He said some derogatory things, some mean things. Big fucking deal. Deal with it. Put your big boy panties on and go on with your life. Now, nobody knows if it was done on purpose or if it was totally by accident. But Melania Trump last night, a shirt she was wearing, and the way it's cut and it has a bow tie on it, but it's called a pussy bow, which I found very funny. With everything going on, she wears a shirt that has basically a bow tie. And the term for it within the female fashion industry is a pussy bow. And no, I'm not making that up. People, this is being blown out. And I have faith in most Americans that they can see through the bullshit that's going on. They're trying to distract and deflect. Democrats thought that this would be more than enough to damage Trump. No. You have Paul Ryan, who ran away from Trump. And then all of a sudden, well, he had to stop his little rally because everybody was chanting Trump and shut him down. You have a bunch of never-Trumpers. Oh, I'm not voting for Trump. You weren't voting for Trump to begin with. Let's just give you a new platform for you to run your mouth on. Mike Lee is a joke. And now I'm a libertarian. Oh, so you're for abortion then now, Mike Lee, Senator Mike Lee. You're for open borders then, Mike Lee. Because that's what your candidate of libertarian is spouting as the head libertarian candidate. Remember, libertarians are pro-choice on everything. Now, I'm not trying to, whatever, that's your bag, that's your bag. But don't try hiding it. And these Republicans that are running away, stay away. You want to act like Democrats, go join the Democrat Party. And what's funny is now you have the libertarian Tweedledee and Tweedledum, Gary Johnson. I don't even remember the vice president candidate. They've even said that probably after January 1st, they will be leaving the Libertarian Party and joining a different party. And all pointing to they're going to the Democrat Party. They're sounding like Democrats anymore. Oh, I know I keep talking, we're going to do fact checking, and we are. Got a lot of it to go over. Another thing the liberals are trying to make an issue is Trump said if he is elected, he will be appointing a special prosecutor to investigate Hillary Clinton's email and Clinton Foundation again. And it's not double jeopardy. They can look at it again. She wasn't charged and tried, so she can be looked into again. They can open a case back up and check it for new evidence. So now all these dictators, they had their opponent locked up. The problem is he's not having her locked up. He's going to open a special prosecutor to investigate her illegal doings, where this current administration has helped cover up. There's emails. I did not know about it until it was in the news. Bullshit. There's now emails. They were colluding together, her in the White House, on her email server, on how to handle it. The White House has been lying its ass off. So don't sit there and tell me you knew nothing about it, because you did. And the other thing I love is Donald Trump knows how to mess with the media. He knows how to mess with them. They keep falling for it. They keep, never again will you get us. You won't get us again. Sound like a bunch of villains from Scooby-Doo. If it wasn't for you meddling Trump supporters and Trump, we would have got away with covering up Hillary's indiscretions. So before the debate, Trump tells media he's going to hold a pre-debate press conference. And when they all walk in there, he has, 3 or 4 of the victims from Bill Clinton in there. And they start telling their story. He knows how to get over the media. He knows how to play them. And then they cry afterwards. That's the funny part. They cry afterwards. It was mean. He tricked us. You keep falling for it. So then also, it was the campaign wanted to sit 4 women: Paula Jones, Broderick, Kathleen Willey, and Kathy Shelton, in prominent positions during the debate. Rudy Giuliani, former mayor, New York mayor Rudy Giuliani, said that that they were going to put the 4 women in the VIP box. They had it all set. We wanted to have them shake hands with Bill Clinton, to see if Bill would shake their hands. But all of a sudden, former Republican National Committee Chairman Frank Frankenhop, douchebag, the debate chairman's or debate commission's co-chairman, threatened to throw the accusers out if they tried to seat them. So it was okay that Hillary sat Mark Cuban in the VIP section. And when the Republican Party complained, Frank said there was nothing we could do about Cuban sitting there. We have no control over that. But when the roles were reversed, there's an issue. The women stayed for the debate. They were in a prominent area. The camera hit them several times. Bill Clinton knew they were there and looked over. So, it's enough. It's you could see how the media is in the bag. And Trump breathing through his nose. So he breathes through his nose. He takes, oh my God, he's doing cocaine. Bullshit. Oh my God. So he's breathing through his nose. I do it very often too, and I know it probably is annoying. Because every now and then I'll catch myself hearing it. Yeah, it just that's just what they have to cry about. We're talking health issues. They're talking he's breathing through his nose. Last night during the debate, Trump stood for the whole thing. He would stand behind the chair here and there. Hillary had to keep sitting. She couldn't stand. So if they want to make issues over breathing in through the nose, and I have read where it's also a control techniques. So I don't know if that's true or not with Trump. I'm not going to surmise. He could just be how do they teach you as a kid in sports and all that to breathe? In through the nose, out through the mouth. In through the nose, and it's the way you're supposed to be breathing. Takes in deep breaths, and he speaks for a while. So, it's oh my God, the little things that they're nitpicking. Because what do they have? Hillary's whole campaign has been attacking Trump. That is her campaign. She has lied. She told us she didn't want open borders. Her emails show she has given speech telling them that we're going to have open borders. It's I just don't know. Sometimes it's overwhelming, some of this BS. All right, after the break, we're going to get back on track and go over some of the fact-checking. Try to get as much as I can in. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media, High Plains Pundit Radio, ICRN Network, Red Nation Rising Radio, Spreaker, YouTube, and iTunes. We will be right back.
listening to the SHR Media Network.
Now, at Brownells, we know you may have only one shot to harvest that trophy, so we have thousands of accessories and replacement parts to improve your chances. We know how much you love to shoot, so our gunsmiths articles and videos will help you do more and get more out of your guns. And we also value your hard work and money. That's why only Brownells backs up everything we sell with a 100% unconditional lifetime guarantee. Brownells, the world's largest supplier of firearm accessories and gunsmithing tools.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
Listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplainsdailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean,
Dude, I'm not saying cop for the stupid promo.
Sackhead Clint,
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking, drinking, drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mutt Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the reaverofcommonsense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date on everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show.
And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm making sense out of the senseless. The Jersey Takeover's here. We have expanded to 2 hours every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you want to support the show, and if you want to support SHR Media, or if you just want a kick-ass t-shirt or a life-saving survival bracelet, go to reaver.one/shop. That is reaver.one/shop. So, it's... all right, we're going to get back on track, or try to. Anybody who knows me knows I can see a shiny thing and go off subject. We had talked about the nuclear deal, the Iran nuclear deal, and it hands $150 million over, or $150 billion over to Iran. Trump went on and said, when I look at the Iran deal and how bad a deal it is for us, it's a one-sided transaction where we're giving back $150 billion to a terrorist state, really the number one terrorist state, Trump told the audience. Responding to a question from the audience, we've made them a strong country from really a very weak country just 3 years ago. They are on the verge of what appeared to be a collapse. They go and lift the sanctions, hand over all this money, and strengthen them. Trump has made this claim regarding the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action, the JCPOA, as the Iran deal is officially known, and received some criticism for it. Fact-checking websites such as PolitiFact have argued that Trump's claim is false because the money is already Iran's to begin with, but not denied that this amount of money would return to the control of Supreme Leader Ayatollah Khamenei, thanks to the deal. The New York Times has argued that the $150 billion estimate is a fabrication by congressional Republicans, far from the real amount of money Iran would once again control. Side note, Obama has admitted that it's been $150 billion. He's not disputed that fact. This just goes to everything is a Republican conspiracy, which is really getting old. Really is. This money does not include a separate $1.7 billion payment to the government of Iran, allegedly atoned for an arms sales agreement that never went through after the 1979 Islamic Revolution. So they haven't overthrow the government. They take U.S. personnel hostage, and we have to pay $1.7 in a back payment because I don't even know how to explain it, except stupidity that Obama just wanted to empower a terrorist state. But, of course, the U.S. government handed over that money the same day that Iran released several American citizens in prison on bullshit charges. And Hillary loves to tout how she was responsible for this. And she did it without firing any shots, except for the ones that Iran has been shooting at our military service personnel. How does that make you feel, Hillary? Both President Obama and Secretary of State John Frankenstein Kerry, who played a major role in brokering the Iran deal, have admitted that the Iranian regime will likely use the money to fund terrorism, particularly activity by the Shiite terrorist organization Hezbollah. Bravo. They've admitted what they've done is going to cause more terrorism. Bravo. Then, when something pops up in the next 4 years, if we have a Republican president, look at what the Republicans did. Obama setting up for major wars. One of the complaints some of the I hate to use, but media, because Trump said some nice things, and he said he would like to be on friendly terms with Russia. Oh my God, how mean, how bad of him that he doesn't want war, that he doesn't want to be going to war with Russia. Doesn't mean he's going to put up with Russia's bullshit. And you can't say much about this current administration because they have instigated us, and he's done nothing in return. He's allowing these evil empires to gain power, Obama has, and has done nothing to stop them. But then they want to bash Trump because he said some nice things and would like to be on a friendly terms with Russia. Haley sat up there last night and said, I went toe-to-toe with Russia. Handing a goddamn reset button is not going toe-to-toe. I did. I can't understand how people could just sit there, oh, yep, and blindly agree. I'm getting tired. Oh, he made lewd comments. Why don't we talk about Hillary Clinton backing a sexual predator? The media is trying to, including Fox, is trying to blow this up to be something when it's nothing. It's a joke. It's a distraction. Fox has shown they're not, well, they're purposely trying to muddy things up. When you look into it, Rupert Murdoch donates to Hillary Clinton. Let's go on to the next fact check. During the debate, Donald Trump said that Bill Clinton was impeached, disbarred, and fined as a result of the Lewinsky scandal. Well, a side note, I actually got in an argument a couple months back with somebody, and he didn't want to take facts and what actually happens. Bill Clinton was never impeached. He was never taken out of office. No, he was impeached by the House. The Senate saved his ass from being removed. It's a two-step process. But Bill Clinton was impeached. He was disbarred. And he was fined. He was impeached for lying under oath to a grand jury and obstructing justice. Although he was not removed from office. After impeachment, Bill Clinton was held in contempt of court by federal judge Susan Weber Wright, in what the New York Times described as a scathing ruling. Wright said Clinton testified falsely in his deposition about not having sex with Monica Lewinsky, and that his actions subverted the rule of law and violated Ms. Jones' right to information relevant to her case. The court takes no pleasure whatsoever in holding this nation's president in contempt of court. The record demonstrates by clear and convincing evidence that president responded to plaintiffs' questions by giving false, misleading, and evasive answers that were designed to obstruct the judicial process. Clinton's law license in Arkansas was suspended for 5 years, and he paid a $25,000 fine. The Supreme Court also barred Clinton from practicing law before the nation's highest court. Trump made reference also to a $850,000 fine Bill Clinton paid to Paula Jones. This was, in fact, an out-of-court settlement Clinton reached with Jones, not a fine leveled by the court. Well, as we all know, that $850 is a basically, we don't want to drag this through court. Bill Clinton didn't want his name and everything he does put before the public. So hush money was paid off. Is there any other way to look at that? Sorry, no. And this is who the Democrats put up on a hang on. I'm so sick of it. Oh, and actually, I want to go on I meant to do it at the beginning of the show. So Hillary Clinton is so compassionate about the people. She cares so much about the people that Friday we had a hurricane bearing down on Florida. Category 4 hurricane bearing down on Florida. So what does her campaign do? They buy up $1 million worth of ad space on the Weather Channel because they're so worried about people possibly dying that they would rather make sure that they get their campaign ads in. They quickly apologized and gave a bullshit answer and removed the ads after negative feedback came upon them. Then, and that wasn't done. I mean, that was sick, low, disgusting. Then her big thing was to fight and argue that they need to extend voter registration in Florida because the hurricane came. You're more worried about that than making sure people get through this safely and alive, Hillary. That's low, that disgusting. It's oh, and a plurality say Hillary Clinton's basket of deplorables comment is a major issue. And it was actually asked last night, could they govern everybody in America? Well, how can Hillary make choices and work in a bipartisan when she thinks more than half of the supporters are deplorable, unredeemable, and a bunch of isms? I should say ist. Another large group she thinks are a bunch of basement dwellers. I don't remember any campaign, especially for president, where they attacked each other, or not each other, where they attacked the supporters like Hillary has done. So how can she govern the whole country when she thinks so little of so many of us? I've yet to see Trump go after Hillary supporters. And I couldn't believe she actually went on about, well, there's all that violence you've done in your campaign. Who are the ones that are actually rioting outside of Trump rallies? Who are the ones that are starting fights? Who are the ones beating people up for simply wearing a candidate's shirt or hat? It's not the conservatives. It's not the Republicans. The Democrat liberals are the ones that are doing this. Democrat liberals, and he should have called that out right there, said, I don't hear Hillary people, supporters getting beat up just for wearing a shirt. But there are, time and time again in the media, a 60 or 70-year-old man got beat by a 20-year-old with a tire iron simply because the older gentleman was wearing a Trump shirt. Someone was beat recently, put in hospital for wearing Trump paraphernalia and being pro-police. So tell me, who's the violent ones now? Hillary? You need to really, and she keeps saying, we need to have a fact checker just on top. We need a fact checker for your mouth. Because you keep lying repeatedly, time and time and time again. Democrat presidential nominee Hillary Clinton claimed that Donald Trump never apologizes for anything to anyone. Well, just 2 days before that, Trump apologized publicly for that illegally recorded locker room talk. He came out and apologized. It's absolutely... To say that he never apologizes is absolutely wrong. It's funny how she can memorize all these facts. She could memorize what Trump did 11 years ago, but she can never memorize or remember what she did as Secretary of State just a few short years ago. Her memory is very selective, it seems. She can remember taglines, but she can't remember what she did with $6 billion of American tax money as Secretary of the State, can she? Hillary Clinton talks about how she is a champion for children. Well, if this is a champion for children, stay the fuck away from my child, woman. Hillary Clinton laughed after successfully defending a child rapist. Republican presidential nominee Donald Trump said Hillary Clinton attacked him viciously, referring to former President Bill Clinton's female victims and a child rape victim whose attacker Clinton defended. And one of them is a wonderful woman who at 12 years old was raped. At 12, her client, she represented, got him off, laughing on 2 separate occasions, laughing at a girl that was raped. Kathy Shelton, that young woman, is here tonight, so don't tell me about words. And there's recordings, there's tapes of her laughing at a rape victim. Laughing that she got the rapist off. She thought it was funny. Yeah, that's taking care of kids real great, Hillary. Tell you what, I didn't know it was here. Boop. Come on. Isn't this doing it? Let me switch feeds. No. All right. I'm going to get this. I'm going to get this because now I am dead set on it. Shit, I don't think I could play that over here. Crap. This is going to drive me up a wall. Here's this.
Dang it, it's not playing on. I can't get it to go through. Why won't that work? Why won't that work? Let's see. Nope. For some reason, it's not broadcasting. Nope. All right. This should drive me nuts. This is going to drive me nuts the rest of the show. Because, all right, let's see. I don't know why that's not working. It should be working. Oh, maybe that's it.
Criminal trial, I did, jury trial. I did, probable cause hearings, other cases.
Gonna jump ahead a little bit.
Ruthless folks who wasn't going to make a living. His underwear.
His what?
His underwear, which was bloody. Sat down at the crime lab. I got an order to see the evidence, and the prosecutor didn't want me.
All right, I'm not going to sit here and have you guys go through 6 minutes of this. Trying to find it because I just found it a second ago where she starts laughing. But if you look the Hillary Clinton rapist tapes on Google, you'll find it. There's 6 minutes worth. Maybe after the break we'll play it. It's I understand Hillary had to defend. She was assigned as the prosecutor or defense. But the fact that she found it funny that a 12-year-old got raped and that she got the rapist off, that she found it funny, that's the part that is disturbing. It's not the action that she had to defend, because lawyers have to do that. Everybody has a right to. She admitted that the prosecutors had a slam dunk case, but she was able to outsmart them. Good for her. But that she says that she's champion for children and laughs that she got a rapist off. That says everything right there. It's Hillary Clinton went on. Another one was Hillary Clinton claimed during her answer to a question about Islamophobia that the late Captain Khan has been subject to attacks by Republican nominee Donald Trump. Lie. He never attacked Captain Khan. Captain Khan's father jumped in the fray of politics. Captain Khan is a true hero, and Donald Trump never attacked Captain Khan. He never attacked his father. He responded. Was he supposed to sit there and be quiet just because a Gold Star father was attacking him? I see Hillary going after Pat Smith, who, if memory serves correct, is a Gold Star mother. Hillary has called her a liar outright.
but that's okay. They're grasping at straws. Donald Trump never attacked any Gold Star family. He responded to false accusations against them. And the Democrats are taking weak swings back at him. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media, High Plains Pundit Radio, ICRN Network, Red Nation Rising Radio, Speaker, YouTubes, and iTunes. We will be right back.
Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
Now, Brownells, we know you may have only one shot to harvest that trophy, so we have thousands of accessories and replacement parts to improve your chances. We know how much you love to shoot, so our gunsmiths articles and videos will help you do more and get more out of your guns. We also value your hard work and money. That's why only Brownells backs up everything we sell with a 100% unconditional lifetime guarantee. Brownells, the world's largest supplier of firearm accessories and gunsmithing tools.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
Listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplainsdailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean,
Dude, I'm not saying coffee is stupid, bro.
Sackhead Clint,
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking, drinking, drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mutt Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the reaverofcommonsense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date on everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense show. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm making sense out of the senseless. The Jersey Takeover is here. We have expanded to 2 hours every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you want to support the show or support SHR Media, go to reaver.one/shop. That's REAVER.ONE/SHOP.
I think it's a very easy choice in the election. I don't tell people how to vote. That's never been what I do. But I see a very easy choice in Trump. There's a lot of noise in the background, but that's all it is, just noise. And last night, it was kind of funny because Trump that was a slam dunk win. Like I said, last time I was giving it 50-50, maybe Trump a little bit ahead because he was supposed to, have gotten his ass kicked. I think it was more 50-50 last time. Okay? This time, it was out and out. Donald Trump won. And it was a 3-on-1. Both moderators try to get involved. Trump, like I said earlier, go ahead. It's given him more time to talk. And they started to look like the idiots. And they started backing off towards the end because Trump called them on their bullshit. They're not there. If they want to run for president, then run for president and get up on that debate stage. Otherwise, you're there to ask the questions and keep track of the time. That's it. You're not there for anything else because otherwise you are injecting your bias into the debate. I want to hear what the candidates have to say, good or bad, to make my decision. I don't want the moderators making the decision for me. Like I said, good or bad, I want to hear what they have to say. And if they lie, like Hillary does, and they never call her on her bullshit. And I noticed there was no question set up for the emails, whether it was the WikiLeaks or her emails. Trump had to bring up about the Clinton Foundation, about the emails, about the WikiLeaks emails. Trump had to bring it up. But they sure as hell can jump straight to this bullshit locker room talk. So recently, Bill Clinton, well, it's happening very often. His little rallies that he does on behalf of his wife, have been getting shut down. Oh, God, So, the big thing is Bill Clinton is a rapist. So, Tim Kaine was in Las Vegas, and, well, it was kind of interfered with. Let's see.
And in case you couldn't quite make that out, he was shouting Bill.
Out of Trump Tower, New York, is that Donald wasn't too happy. was not too happy about what Mike Pence did. Right?
So there's a guy yelling in the middle of a Tim Kaine rally, Bill Clinton is a rapist.
And in case you couldn't quite make that out, he was shouting, Bill Clinton is a rapist. Kaine and Republican VP nominee Mike Pence are staying on the campaign trail while Clinton and Trump prepare for Sunday's debate.
So there's also, sorry about that. I think it was Today's Show was outside in front of the crowd, and everybody was holding signs up. Someone was holding up a family-friendly sign, and then when the camera comes in, he flips it around. It says Bill Clinton is a rapist. It is a new trend that is going on. That's pointing out the bullshit. Bill Clinton has gotten away with this for years. He has done the same thing that Bill Cosby is accused of. But he gets away with it because, well, he has political connections. Now they're out there. Bill Clinton's back out there. Haiti got hit big time by Hurricane Matthews. Devastation is bad. Well, it seems the Clinton Foundation must be low on cash again because they're raising money off of the Haiti disaster, which last time didn't go to the people. And then again, only 5.7% of money that goes into the Clinton Foundation actually goes to charitable events and people. Everything else is used for paying salaries. It's these charities need to be investigated, top to bottom, not just Clinton Foundation, all of them. And they need to start setting new standards for limits on salaries. Because these CEOs are stepping in and taking these huge salaries and taking the money away from where it's supposed to be. Let's see. During this second presidential debate, Donald Trump accused Hillary Clinton of supporting single-payer health care. That is mostly true. The recently leaked transcript of Hillary Clinton's paid speeches have her speaking supportively of single-payer system, although in her public campaign pronouncements, she emphasized fixing the problems with Obamacare. And she talks how she has her private and political views, and they're different, and Abraham Lincoln taught her how to... No. She tried using Abraham Lincoln to justify her lying to the people. She says one thing to her big donors and then another to the American people. That's not having, trying to convince Congress to vote your way. That is outright lying. So you're either lying to the people or lying to the big donors that are paying you millions upon millions of dollars. And I'm pretty sure I know which one's getting screwed, and it's not the big donors. I can't believe she actually got up there and defended Obamacare. Even after her husband totally ripped Obamacare apart and then sat there and tried to cover up her husband. Well, he was mistaken and he didn't mean... He said exactly what he thought of Obamacare and what it really is. You're just backtracking, trying to cover up now. Hillary Clinton deleted several thousand work-related emails. Well, that one's true. But Hillary Clinton said that she deleted personal emails, not official emails, following her tenure as Secretary of State. FBI has already said that is an outright lie. FBI Director Comey has said that is a lie. She deleted work-related emails. The FBI also discovered several thousand work-related emails that were not among the group of 30,000 emails returned by Secretary Clinton to state in 2014. Federal investigators concluded that Clinton's lawyers deleted nearly half of the 60,000 emails on her server. She outright lied. San Bernardino terrorist neighbors failed to report the terrorists. That's given a half-truth. He said that many people saw the bombs all over the apartment of the two people that killed 14 and wounded many, many people in San Bernardino. The neighbors didn't actually see the bombs, but they knew that there was a lot of illegal activity. Actually, if I remember, one of the reports of the neighbor said she saw pipe bombs at one time, but were afraid to speak up for being labeled, Islamophobia and all the other little names that they like to give people because they see something illegal going on. People are so afraid of words. Who gives a shit? You want to call me a racist? Call me a racist. I know I'm not. Everybody that personally knows me knows I'm not a racist. My career, 20-plus years, I never looked at skin color. I never made any judgment except the medical. To tell you a story, I was going into one of the prisons, 3rd floor, elevator was broke. 350-pound male, couldn't walk. We had to carry him down 3 flights of stairs. I was told repeatedly that because I was on the bottom carrying him, so I had the majority of the weight, and it was told that if I was going to lose grip, let my partner know and step out of the way. This was my partner telling me, and this was the corrections officer telling me. They told me, do not hurt yourself saving this man. Well, needless to say, it was very tiresome. We made it all the way down without dropping him. The man was homeless. 12-year-old brother and sister brought him some food and a blanket because he seemed cold. And to repay him, he raped them both. It wasn't my place to do anything about it. My job was to take care of him medically, no matter what. And I did my career. That's the way I dealt with things. I look at how you treat me, how you talk to me, and how the interactions are. I don't care what your skin color is, what your religion is. I really don't. It's your actions. And these actions that are going on nowadays are appalling. And when you call out the truth, the left has to try to knock you down and label you with all these names. Why do my levels seem really off? They can't get their side through with facts and truth. So they have to silence the opposition.
And they do it by name-calling. And it's worked for decades. If someone's actually being a racist, I have no problem with you calling them a racist. I have no goddamn problem. But they do it. I mean, I had a white person calling me a white person, and I was talking about a white male and a white female. I was called a racist because I was talking about a white male and a white female. Oh, and I was pointing out that the male was a grand wizard of the KKK, and the female was praising the male. But I'm the racist. This is how stupid they are when they pull this shit. I am not impressed by it. When you start calling me racist, it tells me you have no substance, no facts, and you're trying to shut down the conversation. Which means I'm going to keep on going. Democrat presidential nominee Hillary Clinton said that the massive influx of Muslim refugees she wants to import as president would be subject to tough vetting, and she would not let any foreign-born refugees who would pose a risk to the United States. She stated during the debate, "I will not let anyone into the country that I think will pose a risk to us. But there are a lot of refugees, women, and children. There are children suffering in this catastrophic war. Largely, I believe, because of Russian aggression, not because she destabilized that whole Middle East. She was a part of the destabilization of the Middle East. Of course, she wants to blame Russia again. I swear she's Jan Brady. Russia, Russia, Russia. I mean, that's all we hear. We are by no, and she's going to piss Russia off that she's going to start a war with Russia. For how many decades have we avoided a major war with Russia? And now she is trying to start it. But yet the Republicans are the warmongers. Well, she goes on and saying all this. And she says, we are by no means carrying anywhere near the load Europe and others are. But we will have vetting that is as tough as it needs to be from our professionals, our intelligence experts, and others. That is a false, according to Clinton herself. In a WikiLeaks dump revealed that Clinton herself said refugees can't possibly be vetted. The entire quote from Clinton's speech to the Jewish United Fund of Metropolitan Chicago Vanguard Luncheon on October 28, 2013 included the WikiLeaks document dump of Hillary Clinton's paid speeches reads as follows. So I think you're right to have gone to the places that you visited because there's a discussion going on now across the region to try to see where there might be common ground to deal with the threat posed by extremism, and particularly with Syria, which has everyone quite worried. Jordan, because it's on the border, and they have hundreds of thousands of refugees, and they can't possibly vet all those refugees. So they don't know if, jihadists are coming in along with the legitimate refugees. Turkey, for the same reason. In September, top Obama immigration officials, the experts, admitted to Congress that some refugees launched terrorist plots after they've been vetted and invited to the United States. We can't vet them properly. Why can't the Middle East house them? There's tent cities over there that aren't being used. They won't let them in because they know who they are. ISIS has threatened a year ago, this is what we're going to do. They threatened it again, that they're going to place their operatives into the refugees to have us export their agents. And Hillary Clinton's on the fast track to try to import more terrorists into the United States. Donald Trump claimed that during her time as senator, Hillary Clinton did nothing to reform the tax code. And it's it's mostly true, but it's hard to fact check because a great deal depends on what is meant by reforming tax code. In summary, Clinton voted against the Bush tax cut, but voted for a few amendments to the bill that did not pass. She eventually voted yes to extend those tax cuts, while complaining that she thought they benefited the wealthy too much. She voted in favor of a minor alteration to the alternate minimum tax to raise the exemption, while voting against the bill that would have repealed it. Something that would have been a major tax reform. At the end of her term, she tried to raise the top marginal tax rate back to its pre-Bush level, which is hardly a reform to the system. And I love this one. She went on and said that ISIS is using Donald Trump as a recruiting tool. But it's her husband, that is actually featured, and Obama is actually featured in an actual ISIS recruiting video. Not Trump, Bill Clinton, and Obama are featured in an ISIS recruiting video. She could spout off all she wants, but plainly out and out lying on that statement. An out and out lie. Hillary Clinton goes after Donald Trump that he took advantage of tax codes, which, how do you take advantage? The tax codes are there for you to use. People like her put them in. She took the same tax breaks, but yet she's complaining about Donald Trump using the same tax breaks that she and her donors use. She's pandering to the people. She used those exact same tax breaks. So how can you complain when you use them yourself, Hillary? And her big one, that she was gone when Obama gave the Syrian red line. Well, that was an out and out lie. Out now. President Obama delivered his famous red line speech in which he describes the use of chemical weapons against civilians by Assad as a red line that Assad could not cross without suffering serious international consequences in August 2012. Hillary Clinton served as Secretary of State from January 21st, 2009 to February 1st, 2013. She was in office when that was made. She out and out lied. And she made a point to try to stress that she wasn't. She wanted to make a big to-do about it, but yet she absolutely lied. She lied on almost everything. And again, the woman would lie even if the truth set her free. Hillary Clinton says that she apologized for the basket of deplorables. She never did. She stated that she regrets saying half that was wrong. She never apologized for saying it. She apologized for the number. She also stated that she wants to put minors out of business. She tried walking that back, but that's not what she told Virginians. With that, that's the end of the show. Went by pretty quick today. So, I'll be back tomorrow. You've been listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, ICRN Network, Red Nation Rising, YouTube Speaker, and iTunes. See you tomorrow. You've been listening to the Reaver of Common Sense with its host, Jersey Joe. You can tune in every day, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on hppundit.com and shrmedia.com.